And good afternoon, everybody. It's Coda here from Amazing ATS. Operation Big Sur is in effect. I had just taken a look at the World of Trucks page. In a matter of 2 days, 121,000 loads have been either taken to or taken from the Big Sur landslide location. I've got 40 of the runs in so far. This is going to be number 5. Right now we are sitting here in Santa Cruz, and we do have the Peterbilt 389 out for you guys today. An extended day cab version, of course, since we are going to be doing local jobs. We have a road roller on the back, so without any further waiting, we're going to get our butts up to the landslide and get this dropped off. And underneath the hood today, we do have a Cummins engine along with an 18-speed transmission. And I had taken a peek into multiplayer. 1,300 people on the ATS server, and probably I would say about 1,000 of them are over on California Route 1. So definitely we are not going to be hopping in multiplayer. I am not going to deal with that cluster. Now that we turned on California 1 here, there's going to be absolutely no traffic whatsoever, so don't be surprised if you're not seeing anything. Yeah, we're a little bit early today, Martin, that's for sure. I was bored, so I figured, why not? I'm going to surprise everybody and start streaming. Good evening, LeVar. Great to see you this evening. And, yeah, I've got a habit of repeating things I just said like that. Yeah, one thing, I was gonna hop into multiplayer, but then I took a look at how many people were connected. 1,300. And probably 1,000 of them were located between Santa Cruz and Santa Maria, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that. Yes, you can, as long as each profile is connected to a World of Trucks account. You're only allowed one of those, so if you do 15 between the two, then, I mean, you're pretty much done unless you want to keep hauling. Oh wow, it's going to make us go over to the other side to drop this off. Where the hell is the dirt road that goes down there? I didn't see anything. Yep, and then I hit a rock. Way to go, Coda. Hey, Sandroy, how are you doing today? I must have missed that turned off for that little road because, yeah, I am not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Coda, you need to pay attention better. Are you running an 8x4, Martin? That's the question. Well, when I ran the stream with the T800, I never had any problem with it. So, wonder if it's a mod issue that you have. then you're going to want to do all 15 then, LeVar. And we'll go down to Santa Maria this time instead of going back up to San Francisco or something like that. No, this is the 5th load that I've taken to here and pulled out. So right now we're working on number 6. No, you cannot. Since you're only allowed one World of Trucks profile, pretty much once it's done, it's done. Why is this not hooking into the 5th wheel? There we go. You just didn't go back far enough, you idiot. Yo, Junior, I am doing fantastic. How about you? It's only been a couple of weeks since I rolled a truck. The last time I did it on stream, as a matter of fact. You need to claim your rewards through World of Trucks there, LeVar. And once you do that, then it will be added into the game to where you can use them. Yeah, we are. We're working on the Operation Big Sur today. I just dropped off load number 5. We're doing load number 6, taking this down into Santa Maria. Then we're going to turn around and go right back. And since this road is closed, we can speed on here. but we're going to try to be at least a little civilized and keep around the speed limit. No matter if you go to Santa Cruz or down to Santa Maria, it's roughly about 100 miles. I think Santa Cruz is a little bit shorter, but we go to the north, the Pacific Coast Highway is really twisty-turny. A good majority of that is at 40. We go down south into Santa Maria, and a lot of it is 55. Yeah, some of them will go that far. I want to get the event done, so I'm going to be sticking between the landslide, Santa Cruz, Santa Maria, maybe Fresno and Bakersfield. If you guys check out the discussion page for ATS on Steam, there is, we did get further confirmation today regarding trucks coming into ATS. Besides the one that they did announce during the ETS live stream, there is a second one with the license nearly signed, and in addition to that, there is a possibility of another 3. So here, hopefully, what SCS is wanting to do is, within the next year and a half or so, they want all 7 major manufacturers in the United States in the game. They have been approached by a trailer manufacturer. They didn't mention with that one. More than likely will not get to us this year, but they are working on the licensing on that, so that should be coming next year. No, you guys are not seeing anything. This is an extended frame day cab. Well, pretty much it's one of the 72-inch sleepers for the 389 with just the sleeper removed. This is a mod that you can buy in single player and then use in multiplayer, just so you guys know. Alright, now let's see if we can find any loads going back to the landslide. We may need to refresh the World of Truck contracts. What we're looking for here is a company called Mud Creek Slide. And I do have this already set for the shortest length. With as many people doing this event in multiplayer right now, the jobs are disappearing quickly. Alright, so we're not having any luck here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna quick travel to our garage in Bakersfield and see if we can find anything. I've already took that one. That was the first load. Do we got anything else here? Nope, looks like we're gonna take the road roller again. One thing with this event currently going on, SCS is thinking about adding another 10% to this, just because the amount of loads that have been done just in the first couple of days. But once we do hit the community goal of 500,000, the California Route 1, or better known Pacific Coast Highway, will be opened in the next game update. No, it doesn't matter what truck that you use. And you guys can see here, normally this, with the sleeper on there, that those cables are not nearly stretched as far. Well, since we're running this today, they are stretched quite a bit. Good evening, James. How are you doing today? That is great to hear. Lovely, we get to take the little dirt road again. Yeah, this thing you cannot drive fast on. Well, you could, but I have a air ride seat mod in. Would be slamming into the roof of the truck or the ceiling. Oh, and apparently there are going to be roads like this in Oregon, too. Some of the logging roads. During today's ATS developer stream, they did show off a little bit of Oregon. They pulled a wood shaving load and then also a log trailer. And the one logging road was extremely bumpy. Wow, you hit a cone and you take damage? Really? That's not right. That made it look like damage, but I don't think it was. They don't give you any room in here whatsoever. That's probably my fault for taking such a large truck in here. A day cab probably would have been tons better. Wow, some of these are quite long. That's right, we'll take some excavated soil up to Centix there in good old Rice-A-Roni. Well, if you look at Truckers MP and take a look at the real-world map, you'll understand why. And last I looked, there was 1,284 users, and I would say 1,000 of them were situated between Santa Maria, Santa Cruz, and San Francisco. The Pacific Coast Highway was literally a cluster. It looked like the Calais-Duisburg Road. And it's so bad that they have admins at each side only letting a certain number of people into the lot and then having them come out before they'll let someone else in. I wouldn't mind seeing another project like this. This is actually quite fun. I'm actually kind of glad that there's no AI traffic where they closed it off at, because this would have been a royal pain in the butt if it was. Not that anyone in their right mind would take a tractor trailer along the Pacific Coast Highway. That just doesn't happen. Well, I've been streaming for an hour. That's 3,000 loads in an hour. When I actually more like 4,500. When I started streaming, it was at 121,000, just about to break 121.5. Sorry about throwing you guys or for a loop there on the view. I was actually leaning down and getting my water. What do you mean, LeVar? No, they include a truck skin, not a actual truck itself. Those will be released to everybody through free updates. Well, they're going to rework parts of the older map for ETS2, the Renault Range T, and the new MAN IGX. Those are current. Both of those trucks have been approved, just legal issues. Balkans DLC is gonna, not the Balkans, or is it? Yeah, it's beyond the Balkans or something like that. Whatever their newest map is, that will be released to them by the end of the year. Trailer ownership, majority of the focus on that will be on ETS2. And that is coming with version 1.32, according to Pavel. They just got finished with an event. It was called Start Your Engines. I believe it was like that. They were delivering racing components for the start of the European truck racing season. I believe that event ran for about a month. Now, with this Operation Big Sur, I don't see this lasting past 2 weeks with the amount of people doing it right now. The event started Monday, so we're not even we're just about 3 full days in. Alright, let's see what else we got here going back down to the landslide. Ah, hell, let's take the one that pays 10,000. Oh, even better, we're picking up right here. Seems like always in this spot here, even though I'm in a base truck, we cannot get underneath into the fifth wheel no matter what we do. So I gotta turn off advanced trailer coupling for just a moment. This event is actually quite easy. It's a lot of repetition going up and down Route 1, but literally in a couple of hours you can have the event fully completed and get both the awards. here I am trying to get myself a driving award. I do not know Mantrid. I'm just a simple guy, LeVar. I don't use social media, don't do a whole lot of posting on at least the SCS forums. I am active in the Steam discussions, but other than that, I really don't know a whole lot of the mod creators. I made the skin that I streamed with yesterday. That's the only one that I've ever did. For those who are interested in buying and don't have the game, I mean, right now the Steam Summer Sale is going on. You can get the Enchantment Bundle for $12 USD. I didn't see anything that you asked, Goran. you guys need to forgive me. I am just one person here. My chat is on another screen. I do miss things every now and then. If you don't get an answer, just ask it again. Right now, you would be able to run the lower 48 with coast to coast. SES's intention after Oregon is released, they are going to be having 2 map teams. I mean, they are concerned about what we call the hockey stick shape of the map right now. So in the future, it's not set in stone as of yet, but since there's going to be 2 map teams, we might be getting content a little bit faster, at least state-wise. And that's supposed to happen after Oregon. Right now they are pushing in order to get that released sometime this year. They mentioned something about September, that it would go into closed beta. Also, they mentioned they're not expecting everybody to buy every single state that they release. I mean, some may only want a certain state like Texas or the Midwest or, say, the Northeast. So when those states do come out, if you don't have the connecting DLCs, kind of like what they're going to be doing with ETS2 with Beyond the Balkans, they're going to be having, they call them ferries in ETS2, but there's going to be quick travels to where you can get to the states that you do have if you don't have the connecting map. Oh yeah, trust me, what little I was able to watch of the live stream today, they are very concerned that ATS players are getting quote-unquote bored, and that there hasn't been a whole lot of development. They do want to step it up. Right now, just on the ATS, well, all of SES software, if I got this part right, they have about 130 employees. About half are split to ETS2, the other half onto ATS. That's done. Quick travel, once they get that, it would be like the way ferries are right now in the game. So say if you have the base game, but you don't have New Mexico and you want to get to Texas. So what you would end up doing is they'll have like a port or something like that, and say like Hobbs, and not in Hobbs, but like Hornbook or something like that, and then you would be able to quick travel over to Texas, to like El Paso. Hey, welcome Curtly. And here I go, screwing up again in this location. since I'm on an external contract, I cannot get myself finagled around in here either. Right now, I am at the slide location. There, finally got our butts back in there again. And actually, that was number 9, LeVar. Let's see if we can go south this time instead of going back north. It looks like we're going to be taking a reservoir tank back down to Santa Maria. Yeah, it is extremely tight. And let me turn advanced trailer coupling back on. Good evening, George. How are you doing today? The only thing that you missed was grabbing gears and freight hauling. That was it. Now, for those who are just coming into the stream, since you can go to either side here at the slide location, this little dirt road that they put in over here, it is a little nasty. That's alright, we'll just run right over the Bobcat. Holy moly, that's 1,000 loads in like 10 minutes. Now I see why during today's developer stream they mentioned about adding an additional 10% to the community goal, just because of how fast and how quickly this is getting done. Rishi, how are you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, you don't want to go into Truckers MP right now. I had looked at that. I had mentioned this earlier before I started streaming. Nearly 1,300 people online, and there was probably 1,000 people between San Francisco and Santa Maria. Now people can say that ATS has its own death road, and that is the Pacific Coast Highway. I would imagine once people get their 15, they're probably just going to get the event done, and that is it. So I'd imagine as more and more people get their 15, the traffic will die down for it in Truckers MP. I appreciate that, Goran. ATS is not dead today, that's for sure. Jab, 15 loads for Operation Big Sur, going to the slide or pulling from. Once you do get 15, you get your Steam rewards for completing the event. The community goal right now is to haul 500,000 loads, and LeVar's been keeping track on the World of Truck page. That had just went north of 126,000 in just over 2 days. Well, here's a lot of the thing is ATS is lacking content compared to ETS2, especially in the trucks. So on Friday with my stream, I had mentioned that there is a new truck confirmed for ATS. During today's developer stream, they pretty much have got another license. However, they do need to get to the United States to do the mapping and the sound recording. And then in addition to that second one, there's another 3 that they're currently in talks with. One of them is going extremely well, and the other 2, they are still talking, but progressing nicely with the way that they said it. So right now, we're looking here in, hopefully the next year, 5 trucks that ATS will be getting. And their goal is, in the next year and a half, to have all 7 manufacturers. We've already got 2 in the game. So right now we are looking at the other 5 of Freightliner, Western Star, Navistar, and International, Volvo, and Mack. Good afternoon, Chris. Thank you so much for that hosting. It's definitely appreciated. And they would not provide that information. But definitely keep an eye on the blog. We do have one that's already fully done. They're just waiting for the final legal things to go through, and then they will release it. I would imagine either, more than likely, we're looking at early fall for that as getting a release. And as I mentioned a little bit ago, you probably missed this, Chris, but after Oregon is released, the map team for ATS is going to grow. They're now going to have 2 map teams working on different directions. However, I could imagine after Oregon, the next states that are going to get released, they want to get rid of the hockey stick shape, as they call it. We could be seeing, after Oregon, would be Utah and Colorado. Good evening, Ghost. How are you doing today? I would imagine that's probably going to be the LT, as that's their newest truck. Oh yeah, they did mention Texas is going to take a while. And that's a possibility, but who knows? Only SCS does, and they didn't give any confirmation. However, during that stream today, they did show off a little bit of Oregon. They did show off a wood delivering company, and one of the cities is confirmed. I believe, if I remember the name correctly, is going to be Burns. Big Worm, welcome to today's live stream. I'm awesome. How about you? Oh, and today's developer stream, they forgot to record the ETS 2.1, but they were recording today. There should be a video up on YouTube in the next couple of days, hopefully, with all of that content. Oh, Coda, you cut it too early. Normally 3 or 4 times a week I try to get onto the stream. Alright, so let's take a look here. More than likely we might have to quick travel to another garage, as I do have this set for shortest length, so we would be going back here. We're just going to give this a few refreshes, see if we get Mud Creek Slide in here. If not, what I may do is, like, probably there's going to be nothing in Huron. We may have to go up to Stockton or San Francisco. I have no idea, George. That's why I'm using Creech Bum's engines, because they sound more like the real-world trucks than what the stock engines do. Yeah, we're getting nothing here, so there's no garage in Barstow. We were already to Bakersfield. I'm going to quick travel to our garage in Fresno. And let's see what we got here. There we go. And it seems like everything that's going to the slide location are excavators or a road roller. I've already taken both of these, so we're going to go ahead and take the excavator again, as it does pay more. Now, that might be part of a tuning pack, which SCS said that we will eventually get. Well, yeah, I went ahead and took Coast to Coast out. Now, you guys over in Europe, you might still have Cat engines. Here in the States, we don't. Because of regulation, Cat quit making engines for Class 8 vehicles, which is the heavy-duty tractor trailers, in 2009. Yeah, I got rid of him quite quickly after something that had happened. And there you go, Coda. If you can't find it, grind it. It's just tuning options, George. That's why your Jake brakes over in Europe are quite silent. And I'm just doing this so I can get the hell through this intersection. Damn it, we're back at one of these locations. I'm probably not going to be able to get underneath this trailer again. Oh, gotta love this. Using a stock truck and you still can't get in underneath a trailer at this location. 5, LeVar. The 610, that is a Aussie truck. Thank you there, Big Worm. Yeah, I saw that video too. Well, with SES pretty much confirming that they have a possible 5 trucks in the pipeline, the map team being expanded to 2, working in different directions, I think that pretty much blows his comments right out of the water. Hey, Sparko, how are you doing today? This is a modded profile, so the level is like over 400,000. In a way, I like Casket Man's videos. He definitely does a lot more than what Jeff Paviano does these days, but he has, his opinions are kind of like sandpaper, and you either agree with him or you're totally against what he's saying. So it all depends on what you as a viewer want out of the stream. Now, me, I personally don't have a problem with the way that ATS has been creating content. It's gonna come, and when it does come, it's gonna be quick. I mean, here, hopefully, in the next year, we're gonna have 5 trucks. I mean, is that... I cannot even comprehend that. Anthony, how are you doing today? I use OBS. Well, don't get me wrong, George. I mean, I understand Casket Man's frustration. It's been 2 years, well, coming up on 2.5 years, since we've gotten any additional trucks in the game. Now, I wonder if that was something that PACCAR actually had SES agreed with, or agreed to, that they were the only trucks in the game for the first couple of years for exclusivity, or, yeah, I can't talk, but that's the only thing that I can think of. If SES had their way, they might give us older trucks, but we have to remember we're dealing with American lawyers and everything here. they don't want the older stuff in the game. That's why we have mods. I mean, I personally don't have a problem driving an older truck. Hell, I started training in an International 9800. I mean, so I know exactly what it's like to drive an older truck. We are just on the base map today, Tony. But map-wise, I do have the Cities Expansion version 2.3, Coast to Coast, and Can a Dream. Yes, they did. It's a cab over. And that is on the Steam Workshop. It's the International 9800 version 2.0. Now, granted, I did not have a stand-up sleeper when I drove that. It was a flat top. So, can you imagine the instructor in the passenger seat? You're driving. They did rip the beds out and put a bench in the back for the sleeper with 3 grown guys sitting on it. So it was extremely tight. Well, a lot of people were complaining when ATS was out. Originally, it was just supposed to be California. Then they added in Nevada. But for those who had pre-ordered, Arizona was supposed to be included for those customers. But due to something going on internally, they decided to give it to everybody. But here's the thing where ATS is different than ETS2. I mean, you're looking at German Truck Driving Simulator, Scania Truck Driving Simulator, and the original ETS. A lot of the base map in ETS2 when it came out was a copy-paste from previous games. Yes, I do, Tony. That's what we're working on here with the external contracts. Now, that might happen, Goran, once we get Freightliner on board, as they are the company that owns Detroit's. With Creechbomb's engine pack version 2.7, we do have Series 60's Detroit's in that mod. Now, granted, I wish I could use that in, like, multiplayer, but unfortunately we can't. So far I've got 10. I'm working on number 11 here. I don't mind the trucks. Their engines leave a lot to be desired, so if I'm running just the base game and say I'm in Truckers MP, I am normally running a cat engine for both. I normally don't drive the 680 or the 579, so I throw cats into the W900 and the 389. I have the K100 mod, and if I throw like an older V8 engine into that, oh my god, does it ever roar. That I'm not able to answer, George. I do know the one that I trained in, it had a cat underneath the, well, underneath the cab. Now, there are still cab overs here in the States. Some of the drivers, I mean, I still see K100s around where I live. Every now and then, I will see an Argosy up on the interstate. Now, I'm roughly probably 5 hours from New York City. And when going into New York City, you do not want a long-nosed tractor. You want something short that's easily turnable. So, in the cities around here is where you see a majority of the cab overs. of local delivery companies in New York City will use cab overs, and that would be like, doesn't need to be a tractor trailer. It could be just a straight truck. You may see like Isuzus or Mitsubishis, those type of trucks that have a very front flat to them. And that's what you see a lot of in New York City. Oh, I no longer drive professionally. I still have my CDL in case I ever want to go back to it, but right now I help take care of my mom. I'm from the United States and live in Pennsylvania. Now, where in the state I live, that of course I'm not gonna say. Give me one moment, guys. Alright, sorry about that. My moderator is not here, so I had to hop in and actually remove someone from the stream. Argosy didn't stay in production very long, actually. Alright, let's see if I can get in here without having a ton of pull-ups this time. Alright guys, I am going to stop here for the evening. I have not had dinner yet, so I need to go make myself some food. I do want to thank you for watching today. If you did enjoy the stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, hit that red subscribe button, then click the bell to enable notifications, and that way you'll be emailed every time I do go live. And once again, my name is Coda. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, guys. We'll see you on the flippity flop.